And the last one is this gift called Discerning of Spirits. And I encourage everybody to pursue this particular gift. When we read in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, we see that it is spirits, plural. So it's more than one type of spirit. So those that are taking notes, I'm going to give you the 4. So the first one is our own spirit. The second one is demonic spirits. The third is the Holy Spirit. And the fourth one is angelic spirits. So let's have a look at our own human spirit. Because that is the one that when we start to operate in this gift, is the one that will start to trip us up. So our human spirit, what we hear in our head, is the first voice that we listen to. It's that voice that's talked to us since we were a small child. It's the voice that we can hear our parents speaking through to us. You're no good, you never amount to anything, you can't do this. And the enemy uses that voice that we listen to discourage us. And it's important that we recognize this when we start to look at prophecy. So our human spirit is the first thing that we start to discern. And depending on how we've got ourselves healed as we've come into the body, depending on how well we've cleaned the frogs out of our life, will affect how effective we are in this gift. Some have described the discernment of spirits gift as a gift of suspicion. We get suspicious of what we think people are saying. You come into a room full of people, and the first thing you do as a human is to scan the room. Are these people accepting me or rejecting me? Do I need to put my barriers up to protect myself? Or can I be free to be who I am? And that is discerning in our natural senses. What is happening in the room? And how we respond will depend on how we've dealt with our emotional hurts. If we're feeling still insecure and rejected, then we're not going to respond very well. What we perceive in the room will trigger our things. So the first thing is to actually recognize those triggers. Lord, what I'm sensing, is that something in me that I haven't got
obuuze
healed
ayi
yet?
mukama ekintu ekyo kyempulidde nga nakatuuka wano oyonze oba ddala waliwo ekiriwo.
And it often is.
Era ebiseera ebisinga kiri nti
So
kyekyo.
the next thing that we might discern in the room
Era ekintu ekiyinza okuddako kyoyinza okuwuliriza oba okuwawula ng'otuuse mu kisenge nga wano
is the demonic.
emyoyo emibi gye tuyita ebizimu.
Now, that might come to you in one of your senses, one of your 5 senses.
Ekyo kiyinza okukujjira nga kiyise mu busimu obwo buli obutaano bulijjo bwe tusoma mu kalaasi.
We've actually got more than 5 senses.
Ate nga ffe tulina obusimu obusukka mu butaano.
But for the ease of just explanation, we'll
Naye
stick
ku
to the
lw'obwangu
5.
n'okwanguyiza abantu okutegeera tukozesa obutaano.
So your 5 natural senses.
Obusimu obwo obutaano.
You've always also got 5 spiritual senses.
Era naffe tulina obusimu butaano obw'omwoyo.
And the other sense is like, I know I'm standing on the edge here.
Era ng'akasimu akalala kayinza okubeera nti nga bwe nyimiridde ku pembeni y'ekituuti kino.
My body is aware that I can't step forward.
Omubiri gwange gukimanyi bulambalamba nti siteekwa era siyinza kulinnya mu maaso wali kuba tewaliiwo kirala.
A sense of balance.
Akasimu okugamba nti obalansi eryato litereere.
We have an ear infection, the sense of balance can be affected.
Akasimu ok'okubalansi nga kamala ne katuula mu nze n'omanya kino teekwa kino siteekwa kulinnyawo.
A sense of awareness of where our body is.
Akasimu ak'okuba ng'otegeera wa mweteekwa okubeera okuyimirira n'essigwa.
And people who have lost a limb can often still feel that limb.
Era n'abamu abafiiriddwa ekigere katugambe asobola okiwulira nti takiina oba nakimanya nti weekiri.
But we'll stick with our 5 senses that we're all familiar with.
Naye katusigale ku busimu obutaano ffenna bwe tuyina era bwe tumanyi.
Taste, sight,
ak'okukomba,
feeling, touch, sound.
Okukwatako n'owulira, okulaba, okuwunyiriza
See it. I think I
n'okulaba.
said 2%.
Byonna tubimanyi tetulisoma mu kalaasi.
So we might see something in the spiritual realm,
Oyinza okulaba ekintu mu nsi ey'omwoyo.
which kind of makes it easy because if you can see it, you know it's there.
Ekyo ekiba kikwanguyirizaako omulimu ogwo kubanga oba otegedde nti waliwo ensonga.
Or you might feel it. You might feel the sense of the spirit.
Oba oyinza okukiwulira mu nsi y'omwoyo mu ngeri y'obwengula.
And that's the sense that God uses with me most of the time.
Era ako ke kasimu Mukama k'atera okukozesa mu nze ng'atuusa awantu.
Especially in the area of the demonic.
Naddala mu bwengula obw'obubi.
Or you might smell something.
Oba oyinza okukiwunyiriza.
The presence of angels wafting through the room.
Bamalayika osobola okubawunyiriza nga mu kizimbe muno mwebali.
And the stink of the demonic walking through the
So nga
room.
ate n'ekivundu eky'obubi nakyo n'okiwunyiriza nga mwekiri.
I remember on my very first mission to Kenya.
Nzijukira omulundi gwange ogwasooka ogenda e Kenya.
This is back in 2014.
Ogwo mwaka gwa dda 2014.
And I was pretty green. I didn't know a lot of things.
Era awo nali nkyalidde ffe nga bingi sibimanyi mu nsi y'omwoyo.
But I was part of a team of another ministry.
Naye nali kitundu ku kigurupu ekyali kigenze mu Kenya kiseera ekyo.
We're in this big church and it's on the edge of one of the big slums in Nairobi.
Ate yali mu kanisa enene emu eyali yeesuddeko akabanga okuva mu kibuga ekikulu Nairobi.
And the leaders were trying to teach on prophecy.
Era abakulembeze olunaku olwo bali bagezaako okusomesa ekikwatagana n'obunnabbi.
And the meeting wasn't going very well.
Era ng'olukuŋŋaana lwali terutambula bulungi.
It was like there was a lid on people's
Nga kwaliko
ability to
okulabika
hear.
nti waaliwo obwengula obwali bukutte ng'abantu ekintu tekituuka nga nakyo tekivaawo.
So I'm sat with the rest of the team.
Kati ntudde ebbali n'abalala.
And all of a sudden I smelled this horrendously wild smell.
Nga tutudde ne bannaffe Mukama n'agenda tuyamba ne tuwulira obuvundu mu kiseera mu kanisa.
It came into the church and just walked across the stage and out the other side.